Photography has so much to do with solitude and also with escapism. These people and places on the fringe are attractive to me. My name is Alec Soth. I'm based in Minnesota. I made my name as a photographer 18 years ago with a project called Sleeping by the Mississippi. The Mississippi River runs almost the full length of the United States from north to south. And it's always been this used metaphorically for the idea of freedom. Near the beginning of the river, I cross it every day. The guy holding the airplane, which is probably my best known picture. I was just driving along the river. This glass room caught my attention. In that room, there were some model airplanes that he and his daughter had built. So we were just off to the side of that room on the roof, and that's where I made that picture of him. That picture of the mother and daughter. Their jobs were prostitutes. A lot of times when I photographed, I would ask people what their dream was. And the younger woman said her dream was to be a nurse someday. Joshua is one of the hundreds or thousands of incarcerated men on these bleachers. My conversation with him was quite short. In part, he had this teardrop tattoo, which means he's murdered someone. I am someone who never lived on the edge of society. I always had a job, sort of responsible and conventional, but I'm attracted to these people that live in different ways. What Sleeping by the Mississippi is about dreaming another way to live. Niagara Falls exists on the border of Canada and the United States. It's often thought of in association with marriage and honeymoons, and suicidal people go to this place. And I was more interested in this metaphor of love. I was frustrated that in photographing this theme of love, you can't see love. And I had the idea of love letters, and they become an important part of the narrative in the book. I knew that my work was in fashion, but I knew it would go out of fashion. I show in galleries, but I also do work in magazines. I do a little bit of teaching. I have other ways of surviving. And then I applied to Magnum. My very first, it was a Magnum assignment, was in China in 2005. I went again in 2008 and have been several times since, and seeing the change, I kind of live in my own little bubble. The last time I did this book signing in Shanghai, and it was like so much energy. It feels like a very exciting time. So I started just having these portrait sessions in people's homes wherever I traveled. I was very nervous approaching people because I've done it too many times. I'm not shy in the same way. I know how fiercely your heart is beating. What I just wanted was an intimate experience. I made portraits in Poland and in Ukraine, London, New Orleans. I tend to shoot in the natural light, which with using my big camera is very challenging. Absolutely, hugely. I mean, I'm a person who need to travel to make work, but I had to stop. Plus I have 2 children and dealing with their lives and their education and all of that. Many young photographers that spend more energy trying to promote themselves, even if there are a billion photographers, what matters is taking the time to find your own little way of seeing things.